Avengers Infinity War saw Earth's mightiest heroes team up to battle Thanos. And while everyone was pulling out all the stops while fighting the Mad Titan, no one did so in more surprising fashion than Doctor Strange. What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua Yale, and I was blown away by Doctor Strange in Infinity War. As a lover of the comics, I had issues with Doctor Strange's origin movie and wasn't sure if I'd ever get to see the ideal version of the Sorcerer Supreme on screen. But thanks to a few key changes and a whole lot of magic, Infinity War showed us the true version of the character from the comics. And to explain just how the folks at Marvel did this, I'm going into full spoilers for Avengers Infinity War. While the Doctor Strange movie was solid at first glance, it had a lot of problems under the hood, and that's not even considering the abhorrent whitewashing of the Ancient One. Aside from that, my biggest issue was the depiction of magic. It was described as the energy of the multiverse, and spells were really just code to make it do what you want. The result was sparkler portals and sparkler shields and sparkler whips. Not exactly that magical. Now, Infinity War kept the sparkler visual style around, but when Doctor Strange unloaded during the team assault on Thanos, he used all sorts of spells ripped right from the comics. He conjured the crimson bands of Sidorak, he summoned the images of Icon, and best of all, a big blast Thanos fired his way was sent back as a flurry of little butterflies. Now that's what I call magic. All that was a huge jump from where we left him at the end of his origin movie. Naturally, it wouldn't be right if he ended that movie as the all-knowing, all-powerful being that we know from the comics. But that also meant he had an awfully long way to go before he'd be useful against a villain as strong as Thanos. For bad guys like him, we need Dumbledore, not first-year Harry Potter. How that was going to be handled had me worried until I read a tweet by Doctor Strange movie co-writer C. Robert Cargill, who explained that Stephen was inside the Dark Dimension repeatedly bargaining with Dormammu for a really, really long time thanks to the Time Stone, saying he was there long enough to gain even more mastery over his powers. Add in a bunch more training up until Infinity War, and suddenly it's not such a stretch for him to be the master of mystic arts like in the comics. But there's one key factor above all else that shows the MCU Doctor Strange is now the real deal. You see, usually Doctor Strange is the person other heroes turn to when they have a magical problem, like if Wolverine gets possessed or something like that. But what many don't realize is that he monitors the otherworldly forces in the dark that are conspiring to enslave, devour, or otherwise destroy life on Earth. He's burdened with the knowledge that we are but a tiny ship in an ocean of dangers that can come from other planets, other dimensions, or other realities, and the responsibility rests on his shoulders to stand guard against them all. That burden of great knowledge takes shape in Infinity War when he used the Time Stone to glimpse the one future timeline where Thanos loses, and he was burdened with making sure it unfolded, even though, as we saw, it wound up costing him not only his life, but those of trillions across the universe. A lesser hero might have balked at allowing such an atrocity to occur, but Doctor Strange often isn't trying to save a city, a country, or even the world. He plays on the universal game board against demons, cosmic entities, and purple wannabe gods. And to do that, he's willing to go all in when everything is at stake. So by imbuing Doctor Strange with his flashiest spells from the comics, as well as having him live up to the grand purpose of his character in the Marvel Universe, Infinity War finally gave us the true version of the Sorcerer Supreme. Let me know what you thought of Doctor Strange in Infinity War in the comments. And for more from my I've Got Issues video series, check out how Iron Man's latest comic was good for everyone but Iron Man, and why Wolverine's return from the dead has been one big mess. And be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.